Let's do it.
So first of all, congratulations, Eddie. Congratulations, 10th Planet, man. I just want to get your thoughts on 10th Planet's performance out there today.
Man, it was an insane night. We started off super hot. Everybody was winning. Super fights, we were winning. We won the first half of the team tournament. People kept coming up saying, hey man, you guys are crushing. And I said, slow down, slow down. We still got Team Lloyd Irvin to deal with. I knew they were gonna be tough. It's nothing but Abu Dhabi competitors, so we knew it was gonna be tough, and that's exactly what it was. Went down to the wire. This Carmouche pulled it off, and man, it was sweet as fuck.
Nice, and it's obviously kind of like a meeting in the minds a little bit here. Obviously, fight to win, Seth, EBI here. Eddie, what do you guys think of the crossover?
Well, I mean,
it's a beautiful thing.
I've always respected Eddie. My first jiu-jitsu thing I ever got was the Mastering of the Rubber Guard book, you know? So it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, I guess we're kind of competitors. I mean, we're on different networks. He's on Fight Pass and we're on FloGrappling.
And we're all together.
But but I mean, like, we've been friends for quite a while, and we work really well together. I've been working with 10th Planet guys forever, since like the first show, you know, and like, I didn't understand the EBI stuff at all, you know, and this dude hit me up and was like, hey, I want to put together a team tournament and I want to throw some money behind it. So I was just like, Michael from CBD, you and me, and so I was just like, you know, fuck it, let's do it, right? And I was like, but I think we should do EBI rules for the team tournament, so it's not up to the referees to make. So I called Eddie and I was like, hey, you want to get in on this? Because I don't have a fucking clue what's going on. And so, but there's still, I mean, we had some miscommunications all the way up until the day of the event, but it all turned out, and luckily, overtime, like you said, didn't even matter.
It didn't even matter.
I really like the rule set, man. I mean, if he wanted to come up with it first, I'd probably do it myself. But I can't rip on him. I can't copy somebody. But I love. It was so exciting, man.
I encourage people to use it. It's not just for EBI. It's just like, we're all in this together, in the sense that we're all doing different jiu-jitsu tournaments, and nobody's, you know, there's not this gigantic pile of money where there's all this gigantic support. We all have to work together, and the more you build up fighters, the more I could use those fighters on my show, and the more I build up my fighters, the more value they have on your show. So we got to build up all our fighters so that when we use each fighter, instead of signing them to like exclusive contracts, this scene is still, it's like the sub-only scene is where the UFC was in the mid-90s. It started off strong, but then due to politics and bullshit, it got sent to the underground, and for like 8 years it was underground until some big money finally surfaced with the Fertitas brothers. Then it blew up the UFC. Then the world got to see what it was really about. I think that's what sub-only is right now. Right now, there's a bunch of tournaments going on, and we're like trying to survive. We're struggling. We're going from show to show until that point where it explodes. There's no reason why this can't be a huge, gigantic international sport.
Are we close to that point? You think it's still years away?
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
I think the main thing with it is you got to have smart business people running the events that, like I've said this a million times, that come from the jiu-jitsu world, where the money comes from jiu-jitsu people and it comes from the crowd, and it's not coming from unknown sources. And because if you have a person like myself or someone like Eddie that's operating it, that knows how to operate businesses, we know how to survive and we know how to continue. We can't go out there and just throw around $100,000, $200,000 per event, because then what happens? You go out of business. Yeah. You sign all these guys to contracts, and now they're all free agents because they have no contracts, they have nowhere to fight, and now they're recircling back, trying to get on the show and stuff like that. So it has to be run intelligently by business people that are part of the scene, that want to see it grow and not just make money, because those motherfuckers always fail. Like every single time, it's like a guarantee. But I don't know, man. I gotta talk to Eddie and figure out what type of. I gotta incorporate these rules somehow, man. Because like I've watched EBI, but I've never been to one. You know what I mean? Like Missy goes to them all the time, but I've never been to one. And like the crowd's fucking into it, man. This shit's cool.
Yeah, me
and Evan were just like back there, and we're like trying to figure out the math. We're like, fuck, so he's got like 30 seconds, and then he wins. He's like, no. If he doesn't submit him in the next 29 seconds, that guy's gonna win, and that's the end of the time. And we're like, oh shit, he's got his back, and we're like cheering because he's holding him in position.
And then that armbar that Kyle Bay had at the end, the first loss, he lost, but he almost had that arm bar, you know, on Diego. So
yeah, it was
that
awesome.
crazy.
It was awesome. And the rules they gave a chance for a really good blue belt to beat an amazing brown belt tonight.
Yeah. But he was a 10-year blue belt.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's
but
not-
I'm just saying though, like even what's belt is Liz?
Liz is a brown belt.
Liz is a brown belt, and she beat one of the best black belts in the world in the finals. It gives that opportunity where it doesn't really matter exactly what your rank is; it matters what your game's at. You know what
How
I mean?
good you are at finishing the fight. And
Finishing the fight.
That's what
not
people
stalling
want to
and
see.
sitting and
That's
fucking
what
waiting
they
for
want.
points and
Yeah.
advantages.
Exactly.
But thank you guys so much for coming out. I haven't seen you in forever, Reed. You look like a handsome Jesus Christ.
Thank you.
Thank you for covering the show.
Eddie, would you like to have Seth at the next EBI maybe or something?
To
was
fight
that?
on the
Would you-
show?
No. Would you like to have him there just to
Yeah,
show
he's
him
invited
the
anytime.
show?
Absolutely. It's next Saturday, September 29th,
Yeah.
Muscle Farm HQ, EBI 17, 16-man combat jiu-jitsu. That's another dimension.
That scares
That's
me too
another
much. That's too much for me. I don't want to deal with boxing commissions. That's all yours, bro. Thanks, Flo Grappling.
I get it. Thank you.
Thank you.